Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Eugene Day. Today I want to talk about two mindset factors that I believe are really responsible for my own success in my life. And I feel like I've had a lot, even though I am going through a somewhat challenging time at the moment. And that I believe are really crucial to achieving the best that you can out of life. And I believe that by harnessing these mindsets in the areas of life that matter most to me, I have been able to maximize my performance to the level that I'm willing to invest in and willing to commit to. And that's really what's important, that allowing these sort of mindset factors to drive my behavior has enabled me to achieve at a level that I am satisfied with and that makes me happy and content with my life. So the first of these is everything good in my life has come from doing something I didn't want to do. When I was a child and I went to school, I didn't like doing homework. I didn't like getting up early. I didn't like walking to school in the cold and the rain, which I actually really did. It was not uphill both ways. And I did those things because it was expected of me and because that's the way my life was organized and my parents pushed me. And that's great. Parents, I think, probably should do that kind of thing, right? And I learned sort of slowly that in order to achieve things in my life and in order to accrue the things that I wanted to accrue, the skills, the talents, the material possessions, everything, I have to do something I don't want to do. Lots of days I don't feel like getting up and going to work. I don't feel like going for a run. I don't feel like practicing the piano. I don't feel like cooking. But if I want to have good food and a healthy body and a reasonable income and the skills and talents and things that make me happy with my life, I have to do the things I don't want to do in order to get that. And so when I am feeling like, ugh, I would rather be lazy, I remember that doing the things I don't want to do is how I get to the place I want to be. I'm about to go on a vacation. I really am excited to go and be in Dublin and explore Ireland and have a great time. I don't want to get on a plane. I hate airplanes. They're annoying and terrifying and frustrating, and I feel out of control and I don't like it. But that's what I have to do in order to get where I want to be. So I really think that that's a crucial aspect of success and performance in life. If I want to get a promotion, I'm going to have to take on additional work or stretch assignments. I'm going to have to maybe get a new degree and spend money I don't want to spend. There are all kinds of things that I might have to do in order to achieve what I want to achieve of that next role, that next promotion, etc. So understanding, coming to terms with, and accepting the fact that in order to get what I want, I got to do something I don't want to do is an incredibly powerful mindset that breaks down the barrier to the activation that it takes to take on a new task, a new challenge. If I want to live in a clean house, I got to do my chores, right? It's a simple mindset, but it's really hard to put into behavioral action because you have to recognize I don't want to do this, not because it's bad for me, not because it hurts, but fundamentally maybe because I'm lazy and because I'm tired and because it just takes effort and effort is hard. And that application of effort leads into the second mindset. And the second mindset is the only thing it takes to be good at something is to be willing to be bad at it. And that is an incredibly powerful mindset. Again, if you allow yourself to put it into behavioral action, that I want to be good at things that are of value to me. I want to be a decent pianist. I want to be able to cook well. I want to be good at my job and at my craft and at my discipline. And in order to do that, I have to learn new skills, or I have to develop muscle memory, or I have to be willing to be bad at the activity, because the only way that we improve at things is by practicing over and over and over. And I think it is a very natural human thing to be frustrated when we're not good at something right away. I can't dance. I can't dance. I have tried to dance a few times. I am no good at it. And the reason I still can't dance is not because I can't learn to dance or I'm fundamentally untalented. The reason I can't dance is that I'm not willing to be bad at it. I don't enjoy it enough, and I don't look at the end product of people that are good at dancing and think, I really want that. And so I haven't practiced. I stayed bad at it. I haven't gotten better, and I don't dance. And that's fine because I, like I said, don't particularly care to be a good dancer. But I do want to be a decent pianist, and I do want to be a decent chef, and I do want to be one of the best in the world at discrete event simulation, which is my professional skill. And so I had to practice and practice and practice and practice. And I still spend significant amount of time every day practicing a lot of those things in order to be good at the things that matter to me because I care about them. I really love good bread. And so I wanted to make good bread. And so I practiced baking. And the result of that was I made a lot of really, really bad bread. It's terrible. And I ate it anyway, or I threw it away when it was really bad. And now, after decades of this genuine, regular, routine practice, I can make pretty good bread pretty easily. I learned that it's mostly about patience, and it's about knowing your ingredients and knowing your ratios. So the same is true of the piano. The same is true of exercise and running and fitness. And the same is true professionally, that if I want to be really good at something, I have to be willing to be bad at it. And professionally, sometimes it's not okay to be bad at things if you are expected to do the job and to deliver results. And so, what that means is that you may have to be bad at it on your own time. You may have to learn finance or leadership or a particular coding language. You may have to be willing to do that kind of thing outside of work, extra work, in order to come to work and to do it well professionally. I had to do that with finance. That's the reason it was my first example. Was I didn't know how to do it until I got my first leadership position with a cost center, and suddenly I was responsible for the budgeting and the management of a cost center, and I had never done that before. And I had to learn it very rapidly. And so I spent a lot of time asking questions and looking up how to do things in order to figure out how to do that well. So that's it. That's the trick. Do the things you don't want to do and be willing to keep doing them even when you're bad at them until you're good at them. And there's no magic shortcut. But if you apply these principles regularly, routinely, in small volume every single day or nearly every day, because rest is also something that some people aren't good at and need to practice, you will get better at the things you need to get better at or that you want to get better at. And you will be able to deliver in all of these areas of life that matter to you. And fundamentally, you will learn over time that you start to want to do the things you didn't want to do. And the time you spend bad at something starts being shorter and shorter until you achieve measurable and positive results out of your efforts. So that's what I have for you today. YouTube thinks you're going to like this video here. If you want more like this, please like and subscribe and comment down below. And I would be super thrilled to hear what you have to say. Thank you very much. See you next time.